Clear prop. Here comes the run-up.
Quite a common problem with our Grumman airplanes, all the ones with the bonded bows, is that the bonding comes loose. And I can't get in a position to move that, but this is unstuck all the way around. And what we're going to do is rebond this thing. There you can get a good idea of what you look at and see. We're going to rebond the bow to the glass without taking the windshield out. And we're going to add a couple of screws. We get up here at the top. You see these shouldered washer screws here. We're going to add 2 more of them right here, and that stops this thing from being able to be pulled in and out. See if I can get into position here to. Well, believe me, it moves. And that's where the handhold is. People grab a hold of it right up here, and yep, it's a problem. So to get this thing aligned properly, make sure everything's right, we have these standoffs, which are just pieces of aluminum angle that are bolted to the windshield bow at the same point that the retainer around there does, and these match up. So when you clamp these things together all the way around, it gives you equal spacing for your, without the canopy seals on there. And when you put the bonding in, the bonding will ooze back out a ways here, and that allows it to hang out and cure, and then we can cut it off. So once it's bonded, we'll put the thing back together and put the new screws in. We can't size these holes up till we get the bow out. So anyway, that's where we're going to get started at here in a little while, and get this operation and have it on the GPA YouTube channel. Okay, we got this thing discombobulated here. It was a little bit stuck up here where these were bolted in. Took those out and had to run a little knife in there and down here just to be sure we got everything loose. Obviously you have to take the screws out here, and once you remove the side panels, you've got the got 2 bolts in here, and take those things out, and that relieves everything. And then we get a hold of the bow and pull it all out. Okay, and there's the canopy bow. So we take this thing and clean it. Yep. You got to get all the old RTV off. Kind of see how it goes there, and we will get that, and then we got to clean up all the area you see there around the windshield. Make sure that's good.
Have that, please.
And we'll go on more later. I'm going to get into position here and size up these holes. We piloted them with a number 30, number 20 I guess, and which is takes a number 8 screw through the windshield bow, and then we're going to size these up to 1/4 inch. Now what I'm going to use is a unibit. Now this is an Irwin genuine unibit. You know, it's only got the flute down one side. The things you buy other places like Harbor Freight and number of hardware stores are typically kind of a gold color. They have a flute on each side, and those things will tend to grab and crack glass and walk. So anyway, I'm going to make this thing, and I'm using the type here. There's a type that's got twice as many sets for progressions on it, but this is the one that's got the long ones in there, so we get all the way through that 1/4 inch glass without having to come back from the bottom side. Okay, we're going to use a little bow lube on this thing to lubricate our drill with. And let's see, 1/4 inch is this second one up. This thing in low gear.
Nope, I don't. Yeah.
I'm going to turn quite slow with this. Not really put much pressure on it, just let it have its own way through there. I'm going to do something here that's a kind of an insurance. We don't want to chip that glass as it comes back through. It'll come from the bottom side up. Makes a counter bore on the bottom side. So when we come from the top down, we don't chip out, run the risk of chipping out down there. Check here to make sure that we're 90 degrees this way and 90 degrees this way. we go. Okay, now I'm going to go just a little bit with the next flute to bevel that just to see, be able to do that on each side. And here we are. Now we move over to the other side. Now Phil and Keith are cleaning up the windshield real good there using 3M adhesive remover and followed up with alcohol. It's important to get that thing very, very, very clean, and then we need to.
It's still leaves our nice scuffed area too. So
Yeah. To get this done, we'll take some masking tape and run around the inside there so that we.
I think we should bypass that and just let it squeeze out, and then come back in with a nice plexiglass cutter and clean that right off like that.
You think it'll come off?
Huh?
If you think it'll come off.
Yeah, because we've done it before.
Okay. We'll see.
Well, we can mask it. Okay, let's take some alcohol to it, Keith. Some alcohol to it. So you're not going to get rid of that foggy area, because that's what we use the scuffing tool for.
Oh yeah.
So that's why it's like got
It's all
that's why it's got
scuffed
that
up,
mark
yeah.
like that. Okay. So let's get some alcohol.
This is something pretty important. If it doesn't have scuffing around here,
That's alcohol.
it needs to be done, and that's when you really need to mask the inside for sure. Probably do that before the bow comes off, and so you don't get it further than it needs to be. Well, Phil decided to listen to me there and go ahead and mask it.
No, I just don't want a problem.
Okay.
Stay right out about there, Keith.
You came back this way. Right in that.
Okay, let me just follow the line that I got here.
Yeah. Yeah, leave extra if you have to there. It's better than having it tucked underneath. Okay, first of all, we're going to put the sealant on here. It's all ready to shoot.
Should be. There you go, man.
If that's Steve, tell him I'll have to call him back.
Good afternoon, Airmods Northwest. Yeah, is this Steve? Yeah, he's got to call you back, Steve. We're in the process of just laying goop down for a bow seal. Can he call you back? Okay, thank you, partner. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Okay, we're putting a pretty liberal bead of this stuff on here so we can squish it up in there. Let me move the thing, don't move the bow.
Okay, stop.
Get up to that point. Okay.
There you go. stop.
Okay, rotate it around.
That's what I'm going to do. You can bend down and just keep going like you're doing. There you go. All right.
Okay. Okay, turn it around. Oh, we got it. Okay.
Turn around.
Oh, I thought.
Okay, you keep holding, or Ken, because I got to go to the other side. Okay. Okay, let's get this together.
Okay. Can you hold that there just a second? Let me reposition the camera. Okay, we got her in position here now to hopefully squish this thing in.
Off the top.
Okay, now pigeon toe it in a bit.
Okay, hold on. Keep
I
going.
got my finger in there. Pull it. There we go.
Come up top. Start dropping it down.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Need to get her down a little bit lower. Pull this in. Now, come up.
Okay. Okay, Keith, get an awl on one of those side holes right there. Should be able to get a cleat in the bottom one, whatever one you're at. Okay, pass one over to Kenny. Here you go, boss. There you go.
In the
Come on. Not just quite. Get that out over there first. Don't sit down. There it is. All right. Let's pull the. Let's go ahead and close the canopy and get it sucked in more. Okay. We're gonna need the cleat pliers. Let's just have them out here for now. All right. Let's go ahead and pull the canopy closed. I gotta get the goop off my fingers here.
okay. There. Okay.
Say what?
Okay, we need it all at the top.
Here, boss. Yeah, I believe you're gonna need. Don't we need to clamp it all the way around?
Yeah, I just want to get her positioned here. Go ahead and put your clamps on.
We're still. There we go. There you go. Get on the other side now. Pull it evenly and just kind of work your way to the center. Okay. Keith, do me a favor. When you get that one clamped.
Yeah, how's our bead?
It looks good.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm all right with
we're
it.
good all the way around here.
Yeah, I look good. I got to squeeze that over here, Kenny.
Okay.
All right, Keith. You see this tray right here? What I want. You see those two fasteners over here with the wash? Yes. Yes. I'm going to go to the back. And you keep the nuts.
You keep the nuts and washers. The
Right.
small washers.
And I'll keep the bolt and we'll go put those in back in and get them aligned up right now. That's okay. I'll get you. We'll get. That's all right. We'll put them up. That's it. That's all. Okay. Good. Excuse me, Ken. Yeah.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
got the clamps all the way around on the inside. And
I just go and dump your
Lock her
gloves
in.
now.
and see, we got the squish out going. We got a good bead all the way around. Now we're putting the
There's the 11/32
in.
wrench is right here. Okay, Keith? In the middle. Yep, that one. Okay. Now we're not going to over tighten it, but we're just going to get them snug. Ready? Tell me when I start getting thread protrusion through the nut. That's tight. Got threads? All right, let's take the second one here and let's do this one now. That's this old one right here. Oh, perfect. That slid in just right. Ready? Yeah, I can feel you pushing. Okay, go ahead. Ready? That's as tight as we'll go.
Okay,
All right,
now let's do our corners.
Let's do our corner ones. Let me get an awl here and paper towel and poke through. No, you don't. You need your nuts. Hold on.
You can hand them through right.
I don't know. Pretty tight.
Yeah.
I don't want to drop them. And I don't. All right, Keith. I'm going to come in through the side now. It's right here. Yeah, there you go. There it is. Go ahead and move the clamp up or down from you so you get access. Come down just a little bit. There you go. I don't like that, Ken.
What's the nut?
Tightening up.
Is
There we go. How's that?
your washer's not seating down in? Can you get the washer to seat all the way down in?
No. You have the wrong side. You didn't drill this up to
I took him up to 1/4 inch.
So they ain't fitting. That's too tight.
Okay, hold on. Okay, we got this one in. They're just a slight bit tight on the things. They wouldn't quite line up and go in, so we sized the hole up
Go ahead.
one size above 1/4. So get the other one in now.
You got a nut? It should.
So remember that we're you got to go the next step up. I don't know what it is without looking. Okay. Now, you got to put the bottom ones in. Okay.
Keep the nuts. Yes.
And all the same size as the number 10 or -3 screw. Make sure we're lined up good.
Okay, ready?
Before we tighten those down, put your bolts in the bottoms. Forgot that step. Put at least one of them in and tighten it. That's why we're a little bit snug going through here. Let's see what's happening. My handle's twisting on the awl. Love the sound of hardware hitting the floor. Bumped a little tight there. Well, we got a good squish all the way around.
Yes, there. Everything should be there for you. Socket there? Let me get a 3/8 socket for you then.
Good squish all the way around. Means we don't have to, sometimes we have to mask off and paint black around the outside because you get some little voids in there and show air bubbles and stuff. And
I need a 7/16.
What?
A 7/16 wrench for the head.
Head's a 3/8.
yeah,
Huh? That's 11. That's 3/8.
well, we got her this far. So she's going to set and cure overnight. Got all the screws in, and everything's went pretty well. One operation that I didn't get on there was using the primer, wiping it on the glass and the bow, and we'd already wiped it on there beforehand, and so I didn't get that operation. But anyway, it's Dow Corning DC 1200 is the adhesion promoter that you wipe on the glass under there and the on the bow. Like I say, we'd already put it on the bow, and it got put on the glass while I was on the phone or something, so I didn't get it on video. But anyway, that's what it should look like. Now you see why we put these spacers on here like this. Spaces it out so that it squishes out, and then we'll come along after we move those and just razor blade this off smooth with the windshield, and then go on the inside, and we use a piece of plexiglass sharpened on the edge around there to clean the stuff that comes forward that you can see back in there. See if I can zoom in on that. Should get some moving forward all the way around. So just went ahead and put the screws in here now. We'll take the nuts off the back of them tomorrow and put the little metal flashings and brackets that have to go on there that hold the plastic and the map light and so on. So that's how she's done. Now I'll pick up the finished product tomorrow. Well, she's all cured, so we're gonna take all the stuff apart now and put this thing together. This is what you wind up with. When I talk about squish out, this is what we have to trim off. Remove all the spacers. I'll make up a little knife so we can run around on the inside and trim it, and we'll peel the RTV off the inboard, pull that tape, go from there. I'm sure there's a number of ways of doing this, whatever works. Take a razor blade, a little holder, and just try to cut that thing right flush with the bow. And there we are. Now we got to go back and fillet these little areas back in here with some RTV. We'll do that after we get everything else done. And I made up a scraper out of an old piece of plexiglass. I think it was an old 1/4-inch windshield or something. And sharpened the edge of it. So Keith will go around on the inside and just kind of cut that loose from the bow, and then we'll pull the tape. Hopefully all that'll come with it. So let's see. Why don't you hold up just a second, Keith? I want to try something. Decided to pull the tape early. I have had a problem before where the tape was tucked just a little bit back under the bow and cut the thing, and had to wind up trying to fish it out with a pick. Using plastic like this eliminates the chance of scoring the windshield, which you don't want to do. It's just a nice sharp edge with that stuff. To try to run it around one more time, Keith. Just make sure that it cut all the way through, and then you want to scrape instead of pull, probably. It's working a little better. Folks have to excuse my hoarse voice. I've got about a case of laryngitis. You want to make sure that this thing is cut all the way through, because you go to pulling that out. If it isn't, it'll pull it out from under the bow. So using the scraper, relieves that and gets her all off. And we'll just clean it up. Little thing I wanted to get on here, it's unrelated to what we're doing here on the windshield bow, but it has to do with the windshield. Notice all this black goop around the bottom here? That's putty that's oozed out, never been scraped off. If you take a plastic scraper, run around like that, like so. I have to back up a second. This is not putty. This is some kind of a sealant that somebody used putting this windshield in. Same difference, needs to be scraped off, but we'll use some probably the 3M adhesive remover should take that stuff off. We'll roll as much of it as we can off without using it and go back. But anyway, that's something when you see stuff like this on the airplane, it's just ungood. You just need to take care of the problem. That's cleaning most of it off. Anyway, more on that later. Well, I got it cleaned up. I was partially right. Most of it was putty. Some of it was something somebody had tried to seal over with. Even found a little RTV up there. But anyway, I'm going to go back over with this 3M general purpose adhesive remover, available at hardware stores and auto body supplies and automotive stores all over the place. About 25 bucks for that can, but it works pretty good. Well, the bow seal's back on, retainers. Got to hang the compass yet. A little cleaner on the windshield, and putting a set of blue sky sun visors in it. Then we'll put the interior pieces back together and clean the windshield the last time, and it's a done deal. Well, she looks a lot better than it did. All rebonded and extra screws added. We put a permanent seal, you might say, with a trim washer and a screw and a gasket and nut in the windshield there, plugging up the hole where the meat thermometer used to be. Putting the finishing touches on it here. Compass is mounted, the wires are reconnected, clipped up, put some RTV in there to hold it in place. Got one of the sun visors mounted in. We have to put the other one up and make sure that it pinches, that it doesn't pinch the wire in behind it. Be a nice installation. Well, the job is completed. The airplane's all back together. Turned out real nice. We did not replace the bow seals on this job because they were in respectably good condition. Couldn't see sense in charging them for a new one. And the one on the canopy here, functional, although it's not perfect. So there. So much for the debonding of the windshield bow. And it's a lot of work. Quite a lot of man hours goes into it from what you would think it would be. But nevertheless, it's beats the heck out of pulling the whole windshield out. Get a view from the top side here with the canopy closed. I want to make note of this thing I mentioned earlier of how to heal up the hole in the windshield if you remove your meat thermometer and put in a electric OAT. That's simply a 832 screw, number 8 trim washer, and a flat washer on the bottom side, and a nut, and we put a grommet around it that just fit right down in there, and a little bit of RTV on it. Tighten her up, wipe her down, good to go. Not going to leak, and it's not going to crack. Something else, a little trick I learned a long time ago, way to check if your seal's good. You take a business card and drag it all the way around, and if it doesn't sink in, drop through, you're good to go. As long as you can do that all the way around, you got a good seal. Well, with that, Ken Blackman, Air Mods Northwest, signing off on another good video for the GPA YouTube channel. Enjoy. Which are just pieces of aluminum angle that are